Year 9 has been surprising in a lot of ways, and all of them pretty much negative except for Eric Pemberton. Last episode, Wagner threw 5 interceptions, his worst game turnover-wise in his entire career. 3 fourth quarter picks, 2 of which were taken back to the house for a pick 6. This year has been extremely inconsistent because both sides of the ball have frankly never really found their rhythm, never found their stride. And we are approaching the trade deadline, but I just don't think that there is a move that we could make that would really improve the team and get us over the hump, because right now I think that it's our quarterback, and that's it. I think our quarterback is why we have the record that we do, and we've lost several games this year because of him. Last week included, and week 1 also included. If we're going to win games, we got to have our quarterback play better, and we got to find out what we can do to make him play better and bring down those TOs. We start off here with a big win against the Buccaneers, 31-9. A big bounce back week for Jesse Wagner. 3 touchdowns, no INTs, no picks, no touchdowns for George Johnson. Matthew Williams scores on the ground. David Parson led us in receiving yards. David Jackson had 64. Pemberton caught 1 touchdown. On defense, we had no sacks in this one, and we allowed 2. Had a couple tackles for loss from Carlos Ruiz and Raheem Finch, but no turnovers forced here in this one. And Koo hit all 4 PATs, and his field goal, he was perfect. And Wagner does win Player of the Week for his performance, so we're already seeing maybe a bounce back couple of weeks. We followed up with another great win against the Cleveland Browns, beating them by 19 points. They scored all 8 of theirs in the fourth quarter. Jesse Wagner below 200 yards, same for Johnny Garfield. 73 on the ground for Matthew Williams, but Demarius Allen got 15 carries in this one with a touchdown included. We forced a fumble off of their running back. David Jackson had a solid day and led us in yards. David Parson hauls in another touchdown. And we got 2 sacks for Brian Stewart, the backup right end, and 1 for Quincy Basnight, Raheem Finch, and Warren Terry. So a really good day here for the pass rush. And we also had that recovered fumble by Darius Richards, who also forced it. And Koo once again goes perfect on his kicks. That takes us into the bye week after back-to-back weeks holding opponents to below 10 points. And if we're going to win this game, going into a Week 11 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, we need +7 awareness for all players, especially for our quarterback. That will take us to focus scouting, and I'm not really sure what to focus on here for the first round pick, but I think that I'm not opposed to drafting another corner to add to our secondary for the future, because we've already spent so much money there. We might as well go for a cheaper contract there in the future. But now we got a game in Week 11 at home in SoFi against the 5-4 Cowboys. We come in at 5-4 as well, and if we win, then we will still be in the first place running for the NFC West. But the Cowboys have had, like us, a pretty up and down season, but they still have a lot of their players that we saw a couple years back, the last time that we faced a team like CeeDee Lamb, Austin Thurston. Their offensive line is still really, really solid. Only real 1 weak spot, and that was their center. Now their defensive line, they still got Micah Parsons, so he is an absolute just wrecking crew all by himself on their front 4, so gotta be careful, and hopefully Braxton Davis can do a good job against him. And this defense is definitely really solid, so we're gonna see what we can do on both sides of the ball against a team that is probably around our level, at least on paper they might be. So here we go. 2 5-4 teams trying to stay above 500. Let's go. If you guys wouldn't mind, please do like and subscribe to the channel and the video, and leave your comments down below if you are enjoying this series or the episode. And let's dive into Week 11. We kick off here in SoFi. The Cowboys will start with the football. Out comes the return up to the 19-yard line. A pretty poor one there, but here comes our first look this year at Steven Tobias, who we considered drafting a couple years back, but instead went for Jesse Wagner. Tobias stumps it off on his first throw. This is Franklin Davidson for 8 yards through the air. And now Cates comes in on the ground, and he gets nothing. But wrap up there, sets up 3rd and 2, and Cates just gets enough. Next play, a little short throw to Stapleton, up to the 36-yard line. Sticking with the air, but knocked away by Carlos Ruiz. Trying to go for Demarius Ray right there. 3rd down. Tobias under pressure and sacked by Raheem Finch. A loss of 9, and that brings up 4th down. You're already seeing this pass rush pick up where they left off against the Ravens because they did a good job against Lamar in that pass rush and as well against Joe Burrow the week prior to that. So, been proud of that. The offense comes back out. 1st and 10. Trevor Offord for a 1st down. Up into plus territory now. Gonna stick with the air. Wagner under pressure. Hit as he threw it. He's picked off on his 2nd play of the game. Come on, man. He's picking up right where he left off. I can't really blame him necessarily for that because he was hit as he threw, but it's still a turnover. Dallas takes over after 2 Rams plays. And Tobias is going backwards again. Quincy Basnight gets there in the backfield for a loss of 11 this time. Tobias just couldn't get the throw off. Long way to go on 2nd down. And they're going to get 9 of it back. 3rd and 12 coming up. Good protection for Tobias, and he misses Demarius Ray. Lucky break for our defense because he was open over the middle. The defense gets up the field for the 2nd straight drive. And out comes the offense again, trying to shake off another pick. He hadn't thrown any picks over the last 2 weeks. And our first game jumping in, he's already thrown 1. 5 to go on 2nd down. Slant and picked off by Trayvon Diggs. You can't be serious, man. 4 throws, 2 incompletions, both of them interceptions. And that one was squarely on the quarterback. Dallas takes over inside our 30-yard line. 4 yards for CeeDee Lamb on his first reception. Next play, Tobias feeling pressure, and Carl Graham tracks him down this time. It's already our 3rd sack on as many drives. Impressive stuff from this front 4. They force a 3rd down and long. Under pressure again, and Tobias hit as he threw. Nobody near it. 4th down. Candidate on the pressure. And the Cowboys strike first off of the interception from Jesse Wagner. We cannot win these games if we allow teams to score off of our turnovers. Jesse Wagner puts Dallas in front. Here comes our 3rd drive of the game. We finally hand it off to Matthew Williams, and he gets up to the 40-yard line. You saw me increase the runs on our playbook at the end of last episode. Hopefully that actually comes to fruition here. Williams already up to 2 runs. Gonna throw it on 2nd down. Over the middle. Williams makes the reception. He's still gonna get heavily involved here in the passing game. But now we're in Cowboys territory. Over the middle and caught by Trevor Offord. A flag is down. And that's going to be roughing the passer on the Cowboys. So tack on 15 more. And we are up to the 15-yard line now in the red zone. Caught by Pemberton. Now, it's weird because Pemberton is actually playing out there a lot more than Morgan Stoudemire is, but he is still lower on the depth chart as the fourth receiver. So I'm not sure why Stoudemire is not appearing hardly at all, and Williams is more so than him. But the Rams are in the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Chuck Johnson pushed ahead across the goal line, and we have our first lead of the game. Let's not blow it. The PAT makes it 7-3 Rams, a 6-play, 53-yard drive, helped out by the roughing the passer penalty. But Dallas gets it back, now trailing, but their offense has really gotten off to a slow start. They go on the ground. This is Cates up the guts, and he's got the first down. And that is going to close the first quarter. Very strange first quarter, but we're somehow winning. Thanks to our defense mainly. Start of the second quarter. On the 31-yard line, Tobias checks it down. Quincy Basnight in coverage there. Good job. Next play, Tobias flushed down, and he's going down again, and the ball's loose, and it's recovered by Candidate, and the Rams take over. 4 different Rams get to Tobias, but it's Raheem Finch who gets credit for the sack and the forced fumble. Warren Terry, Basnight, everybody was right there. No chance for Tobias, and we take over from the 14-yard line. Let's go, man. This defense playing lights out here in Week 11. And we're back in the end zone. Trevor Offord, his first of the day. And we extend our lead to 2 scores. Defense to offense, you gotta love it. The Cowboys got 3 off our turnover. We get 7 off of theirs. Beautiful play, just a simple slant route. And Phillips cannot make the tackle. The PAT from Koo is up and good. It's 14-3 Rams. It's also nice to see our red zone offense finally showing up, because that's been one of our biggest offensive struggles all year long, is scoring in the red zone, especially inside the 5-yard line. The Cowboys get it back, though. 2nd and 9, and out of reach for his receiver. Jonathan Dotson there in coverage. That brings up 3rd and long. Tobias having to make work outside the pocket, and he overthrows CeeDee Lamb, who had a step on George Vance. A lucky break for our defense, but that's why you force quarterbacks outside the pocket, because those throws become a lot more difficult. This defense is showing up to play. Can the offense follow suit? No chance for Wagner. Clifton had a straight shot to him for a 5-yard loss. That's the first sack for Dallas. No real pressures for Micah Parsons so far, and we've got a man open down the sideline. It's David Jackson. Could not keep his feet in bounds afterwards. If he did, that would have been gone for a score. But he does reel it in. A nice over-the-top throw by Wagner. Perfect one right in the baskets. And we are driving back in Dallas territory. Over the middle and caught. It's Trevor Offord inside the 15. A big first half for number 5. Trying to add to it here. Going empty on 1st and 10. Right side, incomplete. Trying to go for Matthew Williams, but Tucker Andrews in the area to jar it loose. 2nd down, right back to him, and it's a 4-yard pickup. The 3rd down. Wagner looking end zone. It's caught wide open. Trevor Offord. Touchdown number 2. What a first half for him already, and still plenty of time to go. The Rams lead by 3 scores. All of a sudden, the offense has come to life. You'll love to see it. Another PAT by Koo makes it 21-3. Another 6-play drive. 7:06 to play here in the first half. Rams bringing pressure, and Tobias has to get rid of it. 5 for 11, 28 yards. He is rattled right now. Another check down here. Stapleton spun around for a gain of around 6. 3rd and 4 coming up. Tobias completes it for a first down to Pierre James. From the 35, this is Davidson on his first carry. He's their number 1 running back, but only gets his first run here in the second quarter. And now a bubble screen out to CeeDee Lamb, who nearly gets the first down, but kept a yard shy. Empty look on 3rd down for Tobias. He's got pressure. Carl Graham bringing the heat, and he has to throw it away on 3rd and 1. And that brings up another 4th down. The Cowboys will not go forward inside their own territory. And the offense gets it back again. This pass nearly caught, but knocked away by Jennings in coverage. From the 11-yard line, play fake and complete. It's Trevor Alford outrunning the defense. He's got daylight and he's gone. Off to the races. Touchdown Rams. 89 yards to the house. Trevor Alford, his 3rd first half touchdown. What is going on here? He just outran the entire defense. They went single high, and that was a big mistake. We have some playmakers on this offense, man. We just got to get the ball to them. The PAT makes it 28-3. Dallas is absolutely stunned right now. They've got like 10 total yards. What a first half of the Rams, man. Did you see this coming? Especially after we started the game with 2 picks? I definitely did not. But a nice cushion right now, and Dallas trying to drive down the field. Hand off up the middle for Davidson, and the ground game is finding some steam right now. From midfield, this is Davidson, his 2nd straight carry, going for a first down. 35 yards on 4 rushes now. Out of the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10. Tobias batted away by Vance. Not a smart throw. Sticking with the pass, and CeeDee Lamb hangs on for 5, but they're doing a lot of short throws here, taking their time moving down the field. 3rd down. Tobias has good protection. It's caught, but out of bounds was CeeDee Lamb. Richards in coverage. Now 4th down, the Cowboys have to settle for a field goal. Only 6 points for Dallas here in the first half, and we still have time to tack on more to our lead. 179 yards for Trevor Alford and 3 touchdowns. Have we seen a better game from him at any point in his career? I don't think we have. Screen pass and completes on the first play of the drive. From the 18. And caught. That is Pemberton to bring up 3rd and 4. This is almost intercepted. It's caught instead by Jackson. Really tight coverage there by the corner, but a tight window throw brings up 1st and 10, and Wagner's taken down by Demarius Snell, and that sack will end the first half. We go into the break leading 28-6. That is got to be our best halftime lead maybe ever. What a game. What a performance. At halftime, though, you got the Cardinals hosting the Panthers. They're trying to fight back to 500. Joey Simpson having a really solid first half, and they are in front right now by 1 score. Meanwhile, the Ravens fall by 2 scores against the Browns, who moved to 5-5 on the season. You got the Seahawks on the road in Tampa, and they are 6-4. just like we are on track to be. They win that game by 1 against Tampa Bay, who we clobbered a couple weeks back. Now, good news for us, we start the half with the football. So here we go. What can we muster up here on the first drive? Starting from our own 23-yard line, we start on the ground. Matthew Williams for, again, a 6. Could get him way more involved here in this half now that we have a massive cushion. And that one goes off the hands of David Parson. I don't know what happened there, man. That was one of the easiest completions ever, and he couldn't hang on. And now, Matthew Williams can convert the first down, and we go 3 and outs. Typical Rams fashion, you have a really solid first half, and then you promptly punt the ball away for the first time. 2nd and 10 for Dallas. Cates outruns George Vance, who took a poor angle, and Dodson just saved what could have been a touchdown run. That was almost really bad, but thankfully, not so much. And 1st and 10, right back to him. Not a lot there. But they are already up to their own 45-yard line. Play fake, and the tight end hit down just inches shy of the line to gain. 3rd and short. They're going to throw it. Tobias finds Lamb on the slants for the first down. Still shy of 80 pass yards, though, on 12 completions. A lot of really short yardage throws, but Lamb converts another first down here. Up to the Rams' 23-yard line. Tobias has good protection. He misses Stapleton wide open. Had a couple of steps on Bernard, but incomplete. 2nd down on the move. George Vance is there to bat it away. He has grown into one of my favorite players on this defense because he is always there in coverage now. He makes some really great plays. Tobias takes off and has to slide, but 4 yards shy, and the Cowboys will have to settle once again. 4-3. No touchdowns allowed. They have yet to find the end zone, and this defense continues to put up a dominant performance. We start from our 25 on our next possession. Down the field and off the mark for David Jackson, who was open. Going right back to the air. Right side, cuts. It's Pemberton for a first down. Up to the 42-yard line. Just over 5 to go in the 3rd quarter. There's Trevor Offord up into Dallas territory. Trips top of your screen. Back to Trevor Offord over the middle, as Wagner has now reached 300 yards for what feels like the 3rd or 4th straight game. David Jackson on the slants. Beats Trayvon Diggs on the route, and that will move the chains up into the red zone. From the 20-yard line, batted away by Ross Leach. Intended for David Parson. That brings up 2nd down. This is caught by Matthew Williams. 3 yards shy of the sticks. Play fake. Dumping it off for Williams. He breaks the tackle, but can't fight his way across the line. 2 defenders got there in time. 4th and short. And we will settle for the field goal in response to essentially wipe off the Cowboys' last possession. 2:04 to go now here in this 3rd quarter. Cowboys running out of time. Down by 22 points still, with a quarter and change left. Over the middle, short throw for Lamb, but short throws are not going to get it done. Down by so much. Tobias completes it to Demarius Ray, as he now eclipses 100 yards on the ball game. But 4th and 2 coming up. Davidson tackled short by Quincy Basnight, and the Cowboys elect to give it back to the Rams. Last play of the quarter. Matthew Williams gain of 3, and we head to the 4th, leading by a lot. Starting from the 24-yard line. 2nd and 7 for the offense. Wagner over the middle. He's picked off again for the 3rd time. The 2nd pick for Tucker Andrews. Had one to start the first quarter. Now he's got his number 2 here. And this was, again, squarely on the quarterback. What did he see here to make that throw? I have no idea. That was a horrible decision. And the Cowboys take over in field goal range already. Incomplete, though, on the outside. Cowboys passing game really struggling so far. Just over 100 yards now and a lot of sacks allowed. That pass complete, though, to Ray. That sets up 3rd and short. It gave to Davidson. He's got the first down, just enough to move the sticks. Just outside the red zone. Back up the middle and pushed forward. Davidson gains 4. 9 to play in the 4th quarter. Right back to the ground. A few more brings up 3rd down. And they're going to stick with it on the ground. Right side, nothing opens up. George Vance meets him at the line of scrimmage. And on 4th and 4, the Cowboys stay out there. They kind of have to this late in this game. Tobias. Incomplete. Knocked away by Daniel Levy. And that's a turnover on downs. Forced by this Rams defense. And that would lead us to the end of the ball game. Neither team would do anything else. Would barely get across midfield, but the final play would be a completion to David Jackson to get the first down and run this clock out. The Rams put together their 3rd straight victory and their 3rd straight as well in dominant fashion. Below 10 points once again is their opponent, and 31 points on the board leads us to the victory. We are now 6-4 on the season. A huge win for both sides of the football. The defense played well. The offense played well outside of the interceptions, which seems to be the case in most of these games. But that was a monster performance passing-wise, especially to Trevor Alford, who had a massive, massive day. I think he either tied or was just shy of his personal record for most yards in a game, but definitely had more touchdowns than that record-breaking performance. 206, 3 touchdowns. He's going to win Player of the Week, no doubt. A lot of sacks for us as well, but 3 turnovers. We got to clean these up, and I'm going to go back to our old playbook from last year because he had a whole lot less of these kinds of throws with our Year 8 playbook. Trevor Alford and Andrews both win Players of the Week in the NFC for their respective performances. And Alford also has an upgrade point coming out of this big game. Very happy with him. He has really, after this game, kind of brought his year back to what he was doing last year. And that's 3 straight wins, 3 straight games, holding opponents to less than 10 points. That is incredible by this defense. But that takes us into a huge Week 12 game against the Seahawks. The winner of this game takes sole first place in the NFC West. That is on the docket next episode, folks, because they're a top 10 offense. They're a top 5 running game. Their defense has been middle of the pack, so they are here for a reason. We've won 3 games in a row, and we're going to try to extend Trevor Alford here after that huge performance, but he still wants a lot more money. He's going to cost us quite a big cap hit, but I think it's worth doing after that game and this year so far. And last year, I think he's proven himself as a true number 1 receiver. And this receiving core, we have some absolutely huge game-changing players. Sotomayor has taken a complete backseat. He barely even plays now. But Pemberton, Jackson, Trevor Alford, even David Parson all have big playability. And that has really opened up the passing game for us when we're not throwing INTs. And the defense has really come alive this past, especially after a slow first couple of weeks. We've got 3 players with over 5 sacks, but the turnovers need some work. Only 3 INTs so far. We had like 6 at this point last year, but we have forced 3 fumbles and recovered 3 of the 4 that we have forced so far this year, which is a big difference in last year, because I think last year we had 1 fumble recovery all season. But a big Week 12 game coming up next time, folks. If we win that game, we take sole first place in the division, and it would be our 4th straight win. Can we keep up this hot play for another week? I really hope so. I'll see you guys there. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and peace.